What's going on, everybody? I'm Jim with Straight Blast Pythons and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over our pairings for the genetic stripe project for this quickly approaching 2024 breeding season. Let's dive right into it. So just like the clown, our genetic stripe project for 2023 really didn't hit any of its goals. We were looking to really get a lot of holdbacks. As of today, there's only one that we're holding back. Got one clutch still here due to lay in the next couple of days from Ginger, our orange dream het genetic stripe. She was paired to Striker, our pastel yellow belly het genetic stripe, possible het VPI xanthic. I'm hoping for a holdback or two from there. Really looking to get a visual orange dream genetic stripe, but we'll see. She's a first-time mom, not very big. I'm not expecting a lot of eggs from her. I'll update you guys as that happens, but right now let's get into our plans for 2024, because that's what this video is about, right? So we're really working with two males this season primarily, and it's going to be Gestal, who's our hypogenetic stripe male, and Striker, who's our pastel yellow belly, possible het VPI xanthic. The pairing to prove him out as het VPI last year didn't go. At some point during this season, I am going to shed test him, but it's not going to be a priority, and it's not really playing a factor in any of our pairings for this season either. He will also serve as the backup to the hypogenetic stripe if he has to be pulled from breeding for any reason. Gestal, the hypo G stripe, is his first year breeding, so sometimes doesn't always go too well. He's only 600 grams, goes off food, have any sort of issues. Striker is going to be the backup there. All right, so starting out with Gestal, again, hypogenetic stripe. His first pairing is going to go to Geisha. She is our super pastel 100% het for clown. So this clutch isn't going to be super entertaining visually because the only visual gene in there that's going to pass along is pastel. Geisha being a super pastel, all the babies are going to wind up being pastel. They'll all be 100% hypo, 100% genetic stripe from the father, and they will all be 50% het for clown. So we'll go ahead and shed test all the females and hold back anything that's het for clown so we can start building up a group of holdbacks for that hypo genetic stripe clown project. Just like in the last video I talked about, our black pastel banana hypo clown male is going to go to Ginger, who's our orange dream het genetic stripe. Same thing, same idea, I should say, that we're going to hold back the females that shed test for the opposite gene, so that way we can actually start building a group. So 2-3 years from now, we can start doing triple het to triple het pairings, and I know it's all long odds that way, but I can't afford a triple visual if one even exists right now, so that's the way we're going to work it. So the next girl we're going to wind up pairing up with Gestal is going to be Valkyrie. She is our Mojave Enchi Fire that we've used a couple seasons now. She always creates amazing babies. She's got an extremely good line of fire in her, as well as a good line of Enchi. So I'm really looking forward to getting both of those in here. One of our big goals for 2023 was to get Enchi into the G-stripe, and we failed across the board. Not going to happen. Our one shot left doesn't have Enchi in the pairing. So this way, hopefully we'll be able to get it as a mainstay into our hypo G-stripe projects. Valkyrie isn't het for anything, so everything that comes out will be 100% het hypo, 100% het genetic stripe. And all we're trying to do is get a couple of codowns in here, build up our G-stripe and hypo G-stripe army of hets. Next up, kind of the same situation. We're going to pair our girl Toffee, who is just an Enchi pinstripe. And again, the same idea is going to be trying to get Enchi into that hypo genetic stripe this time. Everything's going to come out 100% hypo, 100% het genetic stripe, and really just trying to get some Enchi. If we get some pinstripe in there, cool, but again, looking for a couple of girls with a kicker gene or two to bolster the numbers for both the G-stripe and the hypo G-stripe projects. All right, so moving on to Striker. Again, he's our pastel yellow belly genetic stripe, possible het VPI xanthic. We're going to go ahead and pair him with Charlotte, who is our spider genetic stripe. And I know not everybody likes spider. I'm not getting into that in this video, but the point of the pairing is it's a visual to a visual. And again, really want to get as many holdbacks as I can to make up for 2023. I'd like to get some visual yellow belly genetic stripes to hold back, and I'm not going to say no to some with the pastel. I don't know if I'll keep back any of them with spider or not, but it's kind of just in the mix, and I got to deal with it. Again, I don't have anything against spider. I'm just trying to limit how many of them I have in my collection just to be able to control production a little bit. Pairing's going to be made simply, it's visual to visual. And to be honest, to date, we have not done a visual to visual pairing here at Straight Blast Python. So regardless of it not really being a crazy combination, we can get pastel spider genetic stripes, yellow belly spider genetic stripes, pastel yellow belly genetic stripes, yellow belly pastel or spider genetic stripes. Obviously, I don't need to name everything, even though I think I just did. It's going to be exciting just because it's going to be the first clutch that we're going to get here, assuming it goes, that is 100% visual recessives. And honestly, that's a milestone in my books, and I'm looking forward to it. And the last pairing we're going to have here for genetic stripe is going to be one that's really, again, just aiming for hets, but I'm trying to get a specific gene into the mix. And so Striker is going to pair up with Caligo, who is our mahogany. She is het albino as well, and I'm really not trying to get that into the mix, but it may or may not happen. The goal is to produce some mahogany combos with pastel and yellow belly that are het for genetic stripe, because I've never seen mahogany in the G stripe. I know a lot of the darker genes have issues washing genetic stripe out, but I'm kind of curious to see what this one will do. So I am looking to produce a holdback or two. I may even keep a male back from that just to get that project going quicker. But also, I've had a couple of people suggest that our mahogany might actually be mahogany yellow belly. And if that's the case with Striker, there's a possibility of making ivories, which could prove that out as well. I'm not going to shed test to prove out yellow belly. I'm not that worried about it. But a pairing like this can prove that out. Bonus either way. If we get ivories, yes. If we don't, probably not. That's about it here for our genetic stripe pairings. Not as many as the clown. I think we're only going to be doing 5 versus the 6 or 7 that the clown had. But between the clown stuff and the genetic stripe stuff, that's going to be the bulk of our 2024 season. There may be 1 or 2 other side pairings for just that, side projects, but I don't know if I'm going to make videos on those yet or not. I might. If not, just kind of keep an eye on our Instagram. I'm sure I'll post something with locks or pairings as they happen. So as usual, let me know, what do you think about these pairings? What do you think about my plans? Anything you would do differently? Put it in the comments below. Let's talk some snakes, and I'll see you next time.